There's a reason that airlines tell you to put on your emergency oxygen mask before helping others. Because if you don't prepare yourself, you might not be able to help others. It can lead to a worse outcome overall. And when it comes to helping someone financially, the same can definitely be true. Too often I see people chipping in at the detriment of their own financial future, as well as those whom they help. In the short term, it definitely feels great, and in many cases, it is justified, especially after the recent economic shutdown. The unemployment situation is tough, and it's harder to find work. But sometimes, well-intentioned acts can have negative side effects. For example, if it's recurring financial support, it can create an unhealthy dependency. And in a worst-case scenario, the gratitude from that help can turn into expectations. Because why get a job if you know others will keep supporting you instead? Of course, many people receiving financial support don't fit this mold. I know many people that are receiving some help, but yet they're still putting in long hours to improve their job prospects and financial health. And I want to make this point very clear. Some providers need to, or are okay with, and able to indefinitely provide for others financially. However, it's still definitely an important topic to consider for most Americans. Now, why might that be? Almost half of Americans wouldn't be able to come up with $400 for an emergency expense. And that's not a lot of money. One unexpected trip to a doctor could easily top that amount. On top of that, from every tax bracket, workers in the US live paycheck to paycheck. According to, I believe, a Nielsen survey, close to 25% of families earning $150,000 a year or more are living paycheck to paycheck. That's ridiculous. So many people are not in a good position to support others financially. If an emergency pops up or work disappears, with the recent economic shutdown being a rude awakening, then it could definitely be a worse outcome for both the providers and the receivers. That's why I'm sharing some of my favorite research on financial support today. It's going to be just a quick update, but the ideas I'm about to cover can help you and those around you reach financial freedom faster. Then once you're in that position, you can more sustainably provide for others. Now, before we dive in, I'd really appreciate it if you just tap the like button down below as well as subscribe. And if you have already, thanks for sticking around. Warren Buffett recently said that he does not want to have to be dependent on the kindness of strangers or friends. And this mindset has helped him become one of the world's richest people. And now he's in a much better position to provide for others. Already, Buffett has given away more than $46 billion since the year 2000. And he's also signed what's called the Giving Pledge. And it's to give away 99% of his wealth. And others such as Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and many other billionaires have signed it. And a quick side note, Mark Zuckerberg's charitable efforts and promises they're definitely great to see, but not the reason I invested in Facebook stock. If you want to find out why, I'll link to a video that I put together on why I invested in Facebook stock. All right, back to Warren Buffett's wisdom. I never want to be in a position that puts my family and friends around me in a tough financial spot. That's why I'm working really hard now and also live with a frugal mindset. I try to be thoughtful with how I spend and give my money, not just my money, but my time as well. I try to avoid instant gratification, in moderation of course, and try to look at secondary impacts of my actions from both a short and long-term perspective. I really hope this is one of the big takeaways from me sharing this today. Putting just a little more thought into your financial moves can have a big impact down the road. And when it comes to supporting others financially, just keep an eye out for negative side effects. Once again, providing for others is definitely not a bad thing. It's necessary in many cases, but sometimes it will lead to a worse outcome overall. So just try not to overextend yourself or others financially when possible. Because if you first protect yourself financially, you'll be in a better position to protect others financially. Thanks for stopping by, and once again, I'd really appreciate it if you just tap the like button down below, as well as subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of other unique ideas I'm going to be sharing here soon, so please stick around and let me know if you have any comments or questions.